Welcome back to the podcast, where today we're diving into some profound topics that explore the ideal role of men and women in society, the nature of welfare, and how these relate to Korea's future on the world stage. What's at stake, you ask? Well, it all ties into the concept of grand nature, which is basically the righteous law that governs all things in life.
Right? And we're also exploring the idea that Korea, of all nations, is uniquely positioned to solve global problems, especially through the development of a new welfare paradigm. There's this deep notion that we, as a society, need to understand both our own internal contradictions and the larger societal needs. And for that, women are seen as playing a key role. Why do you think that is?
It's fascinating, really. The concept is that women, particularly because of their emotional intelligence and care for others, are the ones who feel the pain first, whether it's in the form of sick children or the societal issues that need solving. Men, on the other hand, often don't feel that same level of emotional distress. The idea is, women are naturally more attuned to addressing these underlying issues because of their sensitivity.
Exactly. Women have been entrusted with nurturing and caretaking roles, but it goes beyond that. They're also seen as intellectual leaders who can guide the society towards solving deep-rooted problems. In the context of welfare, women have the responsibility to create a new paradigm, one that rethinks how welfare should work for everyone. What do you think this new paradigm would look like?
I believe it has to start with a fundamental shift in how society views welfare, not just as charity, but as a framework for solving structural issues. The goal is not only to address immediate needs, but to create long-term systems that promote genuine well-being. Women should take the lead on this, addressing the places where our society's developmental process has faltered. If they do so, we can make the second leap in societal progress, fixing the mistakes of the first phase of growth.
That second leap sounds crucial, right? It's not just about continuing forward blindly, but revisiting past errors and correcting them before moving ahead. But it's also linked to a larger project, what's called the Greatest Love Project. This project aims to tackle two major societal issues: welfare and small to medium business struggles. How do these two connect?
They are deeply connected, especially in the context of how businesses affect the welfare of a nation. Small and medium businesses are the backbone of any economy, but they've been struggling. The Greatest Love Project suggests that these businesses need to evolve. Instead of merely being sellers of products, the heads of these businesses must shift their mindset to become entrepreneurs focused on the public good. This shift in thinking can open up new ways to approach welfare, creating a more sustainable system for everyone.
It's fascinating how this whole vision ties together. If small businesses thrive, it can impact so many other aspects of society: education, environment, even the way we view urban planning and housing. But at the same time, we need to look beyond just economic growth. This project also touches on larger global issues like hunger and unemployment, which require global collaboration. Do you think Korea's unique position in this scenario could lead to real change?
Absolutely. Korea is in a unique position to lead not only on the business front, but also on the international stage. The key is that Korea has absorbed so much from the world and can now act as a guide for others. But for that to happen, we need to first solve our own internal issues, whether that's business, welfare, or societal contradictions. Only then can Korea take on a leadership role globally.
So the ultimate goal here is for Korea to emerge as a model for other countries, showing how to balance economic growth with welfare and societal care. It's about creating that ideal image, not just of a country, but of the ideal roles of men and women. What do you think the ideal image of a father looks like in this context?
The ideal image of a father, I believe, is someone who embodies both strength and emotional intelligence. A man who is not just a provider, but also a caretaker and a leader within his home and beyond. In the broader picture, it's the image of a man who leads society by example, showing compassion, responsibility, and vision. But it goes hand in hand with the ideal image of a mother, too. Both roles should reflect an evolution towards shared leadership, understanding, and mutual responsibility.
And that balance, the harmony between both men and women leading society together, is what will ultimately define the ideal image of a nation. This is where the welfare paradigm and the greatest love project come into play. They are the foundation on which these ideal roles are built. The challenge is how we can make this vision a reality.
It's a massive task, but if we focus on these key areas, welfare reform, business evolution, and societal self-reflection, I think we could see Korea rise as a leader in solving global issues. If we do it right, we could truly transform not only our own nation, but also the world.
Definitely a thought-provoking vision. As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that the future hinges on how we redefine these roles and tackle societal contradictions head-on. Will we be able to rise to the challenge?
That's the big question. Only time will tell. But the groundwork for this transformation is in our hands. Let's see if we're ready to take the leap.